believe it? Can you believe it?
Which camera is it? Yes, I can believe that the slightly dodgier old phone might give up halfway through.
Well, welcome to no longer baby poo color room.
Yes, but we don't need this wall painted because we're not going to be in here anytime soon.
No, I think we are.
Of course you do.
Maybe as early as, well, not tonight. That would be hyperbolic.
But we can't pan to the huge pile of wood in here.
No, that would be hyperbolic. Would you like to hear about today's visit?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So we had a chap round to look at the chimney breast.
Indeed.
And we've got one more coming tomorrow. So then hopefully we'll have, a couple of quotes and a couple of ideas, which is good. But the bottom line is, unsurprisingly, we had the heating put on too early and annoyingly too close to that wall in the rooms that have the chimney breasts. I think it's slightly more complicated than we thought, but the guy that was here today had some suggestions on how to make it less complicated than the structural engineer's drawings. So he's taken a bunch of videos, some pictures. He's actually already spoken with Jonathan, and he'll talk to him again tomorrow about some different ways. Because essentially when you take the chimney breast down, you have a couple of choices. You can either then reinforce it from the external walls or from the nearest structural wall. So this wall in the bedroom, structural. The wall in your office, not structural, because it's not in the same place as the wall below it in the living room, which is fine. But it does mean that essentially we've got to make sure that the steel and the plates and everything goes from this wall between the two bedrooms to the external wall. So that bit's fine. And they'll discuss whether or not it'll be required to have any kind of structure that isn't against the walls, essentially, like a pillar or a column. And that's not the worst thing if we can integrate it into the bookshelf downstairs, if we can integrate it into a closet or a wardrobe or the bookshelves, whatever ends up in the bedroom. So we'll see how that conversation goes. And like I said, I've got somebody else coming tomorrow, which should be absolute chaos since we've got the door undercuts, the extractor fans, the mechanical ventilation, and the trickle vents also going in tomorrow. Chaos. But the bottom line is that structural work has to happen before the IWI. So at least on those two walls, and I doubt the IWI guys are going to want to come do all the rest of this and then come back to do those two. They probably want to do it all at once. So we need to just work out what's possible. And I don't have an exact quote yet, but I'm guessing £5,000 to £10,000. He said more than 5, less than 10. I'll talk to the engineer. We'll work it all out, how much steel, etc. So, again, we'll see how much the guys tomorrow think it is, and then figure out who has to sell a kidney to make that happen. So, I guess it's good news in that there is a solution. It is complicated. I'm not gonna lie that there's a lot of moving pieces because of just the way the floors are and the way that the joists and stuff up there is. Because the joists run this way, essentially parallel with the wall, it makes it a little bit more difficult for some reason that I'm sure makes sense to people who get these things. So yeah, basically his recommendation was, for the love of God, please don't move into this room, because that way, as soon as you agree you can afford it and we agree that we've got workmen who can show up, we can just get on it. So, peace offering of no poo color.
So you can currently see on the screen footage I've taken of the piles of plywood, bathtubs, random things that aren't actually going to be floorboards in the end that might make moving into this room, well, we're going to need another room, a whole fourth room to put the stuff that's either on screen or just left screen.
We can call it the Sunday job. Like, we'll have the door undercuts, you know, the trickle vents, like all the stuff they've got to get to the windows and doors for. And then we'll worry about that this weekend after you're done playing.
Well, I mean, quite aside from anything else, the plywood, currently covers an area where the place it needs to be stored is on the floor in the room in question.
Yeah. Well, again, once the door undercuts are in, we can actually put the plywood down.
Oh,
We just can't do it until the plywood goes up. So, you know, we can probably fit, even if we just put 4 in here, put the 3 in there that don't need to be cut, put stuff on top of those. It's fine.
Well, I mean, we can put 3 in there if we go. Well, if we go. Well, yes. So is there anything stopping us putting down plywood in here?
No.
I
mean, other than that, some of the vinyl floor in here is still intact.
Well, I mean, we still have a skip. Yeah, bathtub can just go in my office for the moment. End of January, possibly end of the first week of February to stop doing that. Well, theoretically, if we don't have any more structural problems falling out of thin air.
I mean, as long as we just find a money tree, sell everything we own, resort to prostitution. For you, obviously not me.
We'll have to talk money when we're not being filmed and therefore can't be incriminated. But,
I mean, come on, we got 150 quid in the bank. That's got to be enough, right?
No, I need a broadly function. I need at least a space I can have a table and a chair in.
Good news. I've got some plywood.
Yeah,
I haven't even got a router. I can make you a nice smooth edge, baby. God, I take care of you so well.
All of this is, well, I mean, at least.
We'll just see how tomorrow goes. With all the billion-y things that have to happen.
And then the only sticky wicket is these big logs that's supposed to be, not floorboards. Noggins. Oh, yes, that was it.
But they're not just for the noggins. They're also for the bookshelves and the banquette. Kind of like...
Right, it's kind of like, where do we put them now that they can't go in either this room or probably not that room?
Well, no, they can go in that room. Well, somehow. Somehow.
Yes. You say somehow, and I hear, not fingers in my ears, not thinking about this, la la la.
In that case, back into the pink room for about a month and a half, but at least it'll be better than the living room for any amount of time.
Well, yes, considering that if we can, we'll actually have a lot more usable space to dump stuff in, although that means
so much more.
Although it does mean we still can't empty the storage unit until
we'll see.
No.
Yes, we may very well have to just start playing the lottery because we essentially need 50 grand to do the extension and chimney breast. So unless you've got another way to come up with 50 grand that doesn't involve losing a loved one, we're gonna need a bigger boat or second jobs or better jobs.
Well, yes.
Or embezzlement.
Unfortunately, we're not going to get anything from putting the bad juju into the universe on your side of the family.
Can you imagine? Here, we found 14 cents under the couch cushion.
I was going to say,
your legacy.
Good news, your inheritance is actually $50,000 of debt.
Accurate. Hi, Mom. Oh, it's all fun and games till you die poor.
Yes. Okay. So the summary then.
Summary. Pink room it is. Slightly less pink room. Slightly less baby poo room.
Well, yes, it's a good thing that we had, you didn't have to spend a bunch of time painting this room instead of, and then edit the footage from when you painted the wall previously, and I was probably saying, what the fuck are you doing, woman? Yeah, exactly.
Come on, where's your sense of baby poo adventure?
Currently riding a large I told you so card that's currently feeding into the negative energy vortex in the Good Friday agreement downstairs. So yes, ultimately annoying news, but I guess could be worse.
Ow!
You okay?
No. I stepped on a nail. Right through my shoe. And now I've got tendinitis and I'm gonna die. That was great. Hope you had the sound on. Man, my foot better not be bleeding. I'll be well annoyed. Is that better? I mean, this is like the world's thinnest primer mixed with the very, very small amount of not world's thinnest primer.
Well, I mean, it will do. The only thing that would have been better is fucking listening to me when I said don't put that shit on the wall willy-nilly. Yes, we checked this paint. It wasn't lead paint, was it?
Oh no, this is way too 90s to be lead paint. No chance. This color did not exist in the 40s. Not even in nature. Because as you know, nature was black and white in the 40s.
Well, clearly.
It amuses me.
Fair enough.
that was all.
Oh, yeah. Could be worse.